check this out. In 2025, home price gains, they've slowed down. But the opportunity is everywhere if you could pay cash. Here's what I mean. Median home price values sit at $367,969. That's up 0.8% year over year. 30-year mortgage rates, they're hovering near 6.84%. Housing inventory is 33% higher than it was last year, and gross rental yields, they've only averaged 6.68% in Q2 2025. Home price appreciation forecasts are saying that it's about to cool to 2% in 2025. So with high interest rates and inventory rising, cash buyers have the upper hand, big time. But what if you don't have $300,000, $400,000 just sitting around idle? Well, that's where the infinite banking concepts comes into play. Cash buyers simply drive the hardest bargains, and here are the reasons why. Number one, they've got stronger negotiating power because a seller almost always prefers the certainty of cash. They don't want financing to fall through. They don't want all the crap that comes along with financing. I know, I certainly hate finance deals. Number two, lower cost. No lender fees, no appraisals, most times no PMI. Faster closings. Deals can close in days, not weeks or months. There's instant equity. You own 100% from day one, so there's no interest drain. So imagine leveraging every single dollar you already have to become, well, a perpetual cash buyer without draining your savings. You heard me right. Be a cash buyer without draining your savings. That's the infinite banking. So let's unpack how the infinite banking concept gives you that power to earn and spend at the same time. You see, what if you could actually be your own bank? What if you could fund every real estate purchase with a custom credit line? Hence, custom credit line. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm talking about borrowing from a life insurance company. Specifically, borrowing from a specially designed and engineered high cash value whole life insurance policy. That's right. We're going to borrow against the cash value. The insurance company is going to give us policy loans at a fixed, competitive, simple interest rate with no credit check, no bank crap going along with it, just your money when you want it. Every dollar that you repay is recycling and recapturing the money back into your policy. So here's the key benefit. You control the timing, you control the amount, you control the terms, you control the cash value in your policy. Now let's walk through the exact steps to fund your deals and to keep the policy growing behind the scenes. By the way, they call that uninterrupted compounding interest. Love that. I'm gonna do this with a 7-step playbook. That's how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna give you 7 steps on how to pay cash every single time. Step number 1, you're gonna open up a specially designed and engineered whole life insurance policy. We can help you with that. Number 2, you're gonna structure it with paid up additions rider for the majority of your premium deposit going into it. Then you're gonna fund it aggressively. How much? Well, at least 10 to 15% of your net cash flow annually if you can. If not, we can work down from that. And here's a little pro tip. If you can be patient, and you can hold out for 2 to 3 more years, that cash value you're building in this private banking system probably would be enough to fund multiple properties, not just one, because I think pricing is coming down and so do the experts. So I think that would make waiting 100% worth it. So as you're funding your policy, you're gonna monitor your cash value. And when you hit enough money in cash value that would cover the down payment level of the property or just fully fund a purchase, that's when you're gonna be ready to do it. But I want you to negotiate. I want you to use this time to negotiate a better deal because you're a cash buyer now. You can beat out all those financing deals. So close that real estate purchase cash. And when you submit the offer, make sure it says on there 100% cash offer. Like I said, the seller typically prefers a cash buyer. So now you've got the deal. You're working with the title company or the attorney and you get close to that day when you're gonna close. You only need a couple days to get the funds from the policy. It's not like going to a bank. You click a button, you answer a couple questions, and you tell the insurance company where to send the funds. And then presto, the money's ACH'd into the account and you're ready to close on your deal. And once you close on that real estate purchase, well, what are you gonna do with it? You're gonna flip it? You're gonna do some rental? You're gonna do a BYOB? What is your strategy you're going to use for this real estate deal? Hopefully you've already figured all that out, but if it's generating rental income, take that rental income and send it right back to the policy instead of putting it in the bank account, because now you're the bank. And that cash flow from the property is gonna cover that loan interest rate that the insurance company is gonna charge you, while all of your money continues to compound uninterrupted. You're making money twice on the same dollar. So if you want to see this in action, I've got a whole bunch of other videos in my YouTube that show exactly how this works in multiple scenarios. But in order to do that, well, you've got to be a subscriber to this channel. So click that subscribe button and there's a little bell up top. I need you, whoa, almost missed that. That little bell, smash. I don't know what's gonna happen now that I just smashed him in the head, but hopefully you smash that button and make it worth it so that you can be notified every time we put out new videos and new content. Let me just give you the basics of that and what you'll see in these other videos that I mentioned. When you use the policy, here's the most important thing to understand. The net effect is that your money, your cash value never stops earning. So the dividends and the interest that you're earning from the insurance company continue to pay on 100% of your cash value, even though you took a loan for almost all of your cash value, if not all your cash value, to buy that piece of property. So you're earning interest and dividends uninterrupted while you're earning rental income on the property, or while you're getting it ready to flip it and make profits. Again, like I said, you're making money twice on the same dollar. And the more time that goes by, that again, if you can be patient, the more money you make, because compounding is a simple mathematical equation. The more time, the more money you have compounding. Simple. Pretty powerful, right? You could supercharge all of this by waiting a couple extra years, because then if property values go down, and we're speculating, but if they go down, your dollars go further. But you gotta stick with the plan. Again, I don't care if it's 2 years, 3 years. I don't care if you use the money to pay down debt or to buy cars or anything while you're waiting for that property. Just be disciplined. Be disciplined in building this system. That means when you get to that point, you can buy multiple properties, because now you got enough money for multiple down payments. You might leverage the banks while using your own private banking system. You see, there's no one way to do this. You could do this any way you want because you're in control. You can build your portfolio and also build your private lending, because, hey, listen, here's one way I did it. What I would do is I would take loans from my policy and I would lend that money to my entity that was buying the real estate. Then I would charge my entity 6%. You can charge whatever you want. I mean, other people charge way more. I did 6 because I knew I was making a 1% spread. Then my entity would finish the property, profit from it, and I made that 1%. And then when the property was sold or refinanced, I paid the policy back and I rinsed and repeated. That worked for me. It may not work for you. You might want to charge yourself 7, 8% so you make a bigger spread. But no matter what, you're making money twice on the same dollar. That's it. And the reason you're doing that is you became your own private bank. You aligned your repayment schedules to your bank, not somebody else's. You matched your loan terms to your rental cash flow so your deal self-serves, and you stayed disciplined. You're gonna reinvest the profits back into the policy, and then from the policy back into another property. You're gonna start stacking properties. And oh, by the way, if you need a little extra money, you can always join privatemoneyclub.com. You can get exclusive deal flow, advanced coaching, and a network of cash buyers, actually more private lenders than any other source out there. privatemoneyclub.com. So let's transition right now. Let's wrap this up with a quick recap and your next move. Cash buyer status. That's what we talked about a lot. On demand ability to purchase using your own bank. So you don't just make money in the property, you make money being the bank. Here's what I think is gonna happen in 2025, the real estate landscape. I think what you're gonna see is you're gonna see inventory going up and up and up. which is gonna eventually push pricing down. But rates are gonna probably stay high, which means cash will continue to be the winner. And the infinite banking concept that allows you to build your own private banking system that you can use to take advantage of this. You gotta be patient and you gotta get started. So get a hold of us. The link's up in the bio. Schedule a call with one of our mentors and get started with your own banking system. And by the way, go to privatemoneyclub.com, create your own free profile, check it out. If you're still confused about what the infinite banking concept is, then check this video out right here, BYOB. That video right there will break it all down and make it fun. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.